Era una tarde soleada de sábado.
It was a sunny afternoon on a Saturday, just like any other at the marina in Puerto Los Cabos, when, all of a sudden, the silhouette of an enormous ship with three masts appeared very close to the pier, almost as if it traveled through time. It was the Bounty, a replica of the legendary ship built in the 18th century in Lunenburg, New Scotia, a Canadian port town established as one of the first British colonial settlements in North America. At the helm, British Captain William Bligh. The Bounty was the stage for one of the most famous mutinies on board that ever took place back in 1789, over 300 years ago. This ship was built precisely to recreate this event for the film Mutiny on the Bounty in 1962, starring Marlon Brando.
It's famous, this boat. It's a replica of the old Bounty of 1758 or something.
Yeah, about late 1780s. This particular vessel, though, is actually a horrible replica of that one. It's a very good replica, but this is almost twice as big as the original Bounty. The original Bounty was only 97 feet. This is 180 feet. This ship was built for the 1962 Marlon Brando movie for Mutiny in the Bounty. That's what the original ship was built for. The original Bounty, 200 years ago, was burned. During the movie, Brando said that if you burn this ship, he wouldn't finish the rest of the movie. So that's why we have this wonderful ship left today. It's been used in quite a few other movies. It's been moved with Treasure Island and Charlton Heston. Obviously, Mutiny in the Bounty. It's been in the Pirates of the Caribbean 2 and 3. And MGM had already started their 1935 movie.
35 years. That's the Marlon Brando, no? Or
no, that's
62,
Clark
62.
Gable. Yeah, Clark Gable. Clark Gable, yeah. This is where you drive the
Este es el
boat.
timón.
And this is what is really the famous part of the ship, because this was used in the 1935 movie, as I said, with Clark Gable. John Wayne has stood at this helm, Charlton Heston has stood at this helm, Johnny Depp, Marlon Brando. And the way you can, when you're watching... And the way you can identify it, if you're ever looking at the old movies, is this double rim. One of the most interesting questions that people always ask is, why is the helm way back here in the back of the boat, okay? You gotta remember, this is a sailing ship, okay? Our power comes from the sails, everything up there, okay? So standing back here, the helmsman, or the person steering the boat, not only can they look at the compass and see where they're going, but now they can see the sails up there, and they can tell if the sails are full, because we can't sail directly into the wind. You gotta keep the sails, best to the wind, so that back here, you can look at it and see everything that's going on in the whole ship.
I see. Tell us about this trip. What are you doing around?
Well, we started off in St. Petersburg. St.
Petersburg in Florida.
We're in St. Petersburg for about a month, and then we headed over to the Bahamas. Did a little project over there. It was about a 5-day shoot for a movie called Oceans. Then we came through the Panama Canal, and now we're headed up to Victoria in British Columbia. And once we reach Victoria, we'll be doing a tall ship festival up there. People will be allowed to come on board the ship and look at the ship, and then we'll be doing festivals coming down the west coast.
Vamos abajo a conocer.
And there's some wonderful stories that we can tell about down below. So we're going down below decks here. This area that we're in right now is the chart house. This is where we do all of our navigation, our charts are stored and things like that. So what we're doing is we're going into the great cabin right now. Now everybody thinks that this is the captain's cabin, okay? It's really not the captain's cabin. Now this is like where business would have been held in here. Come sit down. Here, we'll sit. I'll bet your mother, when you were young, when you were a little boy, I bet your mother always told you not to eat with your elbows on the table, right? She said, no. And I bet you never knew why. She probably didn't even know why, all right? Picture yourself on board a ship 200 years ago, okay? Food's very limited. You've only got one plate of food, right? Now remember, the ship's not just sitting still like it is right now. The ship's out there rocking back and forth, so your plate's going to be going back and forth like that. So sailors always ate like this. They always put their arms on the table. They always ate like this to protect their food from their messmates and also from the rocking and rolling of the ship, okay? Well, back 200 years ago, the press gangs were out trying to get sailors, for the Royal Navy. And if they saw anybody that they thought might look like a sailor, they would immediately nab them, okay, and press them into service on board the ship. So if they saw you with your elbows on the table, they'd know you were a sailor. So that's why your mom has always said is don't eat with your elbows on the table.
A ver, venimos por acá. And why did you decide to become a sailor here?
Because I like to go sailing.
How did you know about this boat, and how come that you became a
I've been sailing a lot since I've grown up, and I just graduated university, so I wanted to go sailing. And I heard about it through the American Sail Training Association.
And you enjoy it? Yeah, do you regret to become?
No.
You enjoy it.
Yeah.
How's surviving? Is to share this because a long trip with the boys is easy, or?
No, it's more difficult than living on land and taking showers every day, but it's
What is the hardest things you think?
not having ice cream.
And how is this your story? Why did you start to be a sailor here and cook here?
Because I don't really like working in restaurants that much, and it's there aren't many cooking jobs where you can go out and travel and see the world, and this is one that you can.
How was your contact with this special boat? How did you find out about this?
One of my friends told me about it. I've only been on for like a month, a little more than a month.
You regret, or because the captain is here?
Oh, I hate it. It's terrible. No, it's great.
No, it's great. You find
I love it.
Fun.
It's cool. Most of the people are pretty cool.
And they don't complain about food? Or?
If they do, I don't care.
It's pretty incredible. We're very happy because for only 2 days we'll have this ship here. The Bounty is the largest sailboat ever to arrive here so far, with 500 tons, making it a very big ship. For me, ships like this are very special, not only because of its fame, also because it is capable of sailing between Guatemala and the United States. This is a huge success for us. The famous Bounty is here at the Puerto Los Cabos Marina, very close to San Jose del Cabo, a tourism destination in Los Cabos.